Are you ready? Let's go. Well, good morning, guys. Everything is going completely sideways. I'm going to need a lot of help from y'all today. I'm going to need a lot of questions from you. Simple reason is we recorded the show yesterday and it didn't download. I can't find it. I don't know where it is. So unless our good friend Mr. Lucas C decides to take a look at his cell phone and see that I messaged him in a panic saying, "Can you come on this morning?" It's just gonna be little old me for a little while. So I'm gonna be looking at your questions uh, from y'all as much as I can. I did find that I can put your messages, put the stuff up on the screen, though I look at it and it looks like it's pretty tiny. But anyway, oops, big oops, Chester. So anyway, let's just kind of get into, and I'll tell you what some of the things, if I can remember them, we discussed. And I'm going to pull up some pictures of some of the stuff. Yeah, Matt is probably still asleep if he's smart. Let's see, what is it? It is 9:30. It's 9:03. It's 8:03 out there in Phoenix. So he's probably laughing right now, going, "Oh, this is a good one. Can Jim pull this one off?" And he doesn't even have Rick in his ear. Rick and Marco are on their way to a model show, which is a baseball card show. That's it. It's baseball card show. Yeah, kind of close. Well, at least it's getting him out of the house for a change. He's kind of a shut in. So yeah, Dennis, I can do my own show for a change. I don't get stepped on. I can get my words in edgewise. So some of the stuff we were talking about yesterday was, I called him, but he's on the road right now, Ron. And fortunately, probably I would expect that Marco's doing the driving. But we were talking about Marco put up, I'm going to guess that this is going to run through Thanksgiving weekend, but we've got a 20% off. And what I ought to do is see if I can talk and chew gum at the same time and open up my other browser to Salvino's jrmodels.com and see what it says in the Black Friday sale. Starts now. 20% off model kits. Wait a minute. Where did that car come from? Somebody sent him a picture of one of our next gens with Salvino's JR Models decals on it. I have no idea who did that. That is not available from us, guys. Anyway, scroll through. You can look on that page. Let's see. I'm not even going to try it. Check on the front page. Yes, maybe Miss Mia will come in and it'll all go to the dogs, quite literally. Check on our homepage. You can see what's available. We've got a listing of all the new kits that are either just shipped or are going to be shipping in the next couple days. Yeah, well, race fan, I didn't think Matt was going to be necessary, though he might check in just to text with you guys and find out that I'm up to my ears in alligators right now. So we'll see. But anyway, take a look at the website. You'll see what's the new stuff that's there. You can order it online. If you are not in the club, you can order it. If you're in the club, you can order it and you get your club discount. If you order, for you club guys, there's the 20% off. But if you order through your club input area, whatever it is, portal, you can save the extra club costs. So you get super discounts going that way. Took advantage of the sale and ordered the 7-Eleven car. Very good. Yeah, Rick's I think they put that up like Monday, and when we were doing the show Tuesday evening, Rick's phone was just going ka-ching, ka-ching, which is a good thing for a business trying to making living at what we're doing. Thanks, Jim. I can't seem to change my name here. Oh, okay, Bill. Well, that's fine. I won't remember, but I will try. Hey, Sarah Jane, thanks for checking in from the UK. So anyway, you came a little late. So yeah, the recording from yesterday somehow or other did not download and got lost. So anyway, that's why it's me just jabbering here. So anyway, pop up with the questions, guys. So this week, what I've been working on is since I've got most of the things done, and I really don't want to start working on instructions for the Lotus. What I've been working on is a driver for the Lotus. So there you can see there is the driver, and I glued his head in purposefully sideways. Somebody said, "Hey, Jim Clark would drive with his head tilted." So there you go. He would be in the Indy. So anyway, it's in separate parts. It breaks there. You can see, so that you'll need that for dropping it into the body. Who makes your stickers? Oh, what is it? It'll hit me in a minute. Sticker Mule. I get them done at Sticker Mule. They do. I think they do pretty good work, and I think the prices are pretty good. Pretty good too. So anyway, it'll be a 2-piece. You'll drop it in. The arms will, once you get the upper body in, that'll drop. It'll drop in like that. Slide in. Slide the legs back. Glue it together. There you go. But the arms will plug in also. But what's going to be cool about this, I noticed it as I was working on it, is as you're building it, you'll be able to do of course, all your painting outside, but you'll also be able to put your seat belts on it. And the belt, the lap belt, was pretty much going to cover the split between the upper and the lower half. And I don't have them here. Rick had told me, well, he had 2 different visors. So I went back and I redid the visor. So he's got the little bit of a drop down. It came down about an inch of a little lip that came down. So it will come with, the kit is going to come with the driver, the driver kit, and the optional helmet. So hello, Mr. Mitchell. How are you? Yeah, I lost the I lost the downloaded video we recorded. So, any update on being able to buy Toyota for sending over here? I don't know what the license is with. I don't know why Toyota does not let us sell outside of the country, which, but it's their prerogative. Why they don't let us do it? Because nobody else in the world is doing Toyota stock cars. So, I have no idea there. Okay, Mr. Jose. I'm assuming that's Jose Miller there, or Joseph Miller. Maybe. We've got a lot of Jose's here. Anyway, what's going on with the Chevy and the Toyota molds? I believe that they are going to get loaded up and trucked off to Florida any day now. It might be after Thanksgiving, but I'm not sure. But the Toyota mold is going off, and the Chevy mold, they popped out all of the last ones we needed for the Kyle Larson Championship. And you know what? Why don't I just show that box? Share the image file. Where's my folder on that? I do believe it is in the StreamYard. There we go. So there it is. So that is either January or February. Let me go back to another browser here and see what my kit production is on that. And I can tell you exactly what that is. That will be, let's see. Sorry. Yeah. Oh, yeah. It is January because I'm seeing we're also going to have for January, we're going to have and I can open those up. We're going to have the Castro Neves. Where is it? It is in a different folder. It's in the Facebook folder. We're going to have the Castro Neves IndyCar. It's in here someplace. Trust me, I've got too many folders with too much stuff in it. I've got the Castro Neves decal sheets in here. Oh, I'll find them later. It's not important, is it? So anyway, okay, come on. No, I don't want to open that. Oh well. Anyway, see what happens when you try to wing it. So anyway, we're going to have the Castro Neves IndyCar and the Indy 500 special. Now I did see that one. I can load that one. I know that. It's in the other folder. See, having the guys on gives me a chance to buy some time. And did I just see? No, I didn't. I got to clean out these folders, guys. I have too much stuff in here. Too much older stuff. Well, I can't even find where that is. Oh well. So anyway, we're going to have that the Larson and those two Indy cars are January, and let me see if I can find what's well. If you know what, take a look if you want to see if you want to see what's going on with the for the sales on for sales. Go to the website. You can also see what are the newest ones coming out right now. Is this live or pre-recorded? Dude, if this was pre-recorded, I would have trashed this thing intentionally. No, this is live because the pre-recorded the pre-recorded got lost. You know what? Ships of scale. Yes, I try, but I've got stuff for Facebook. I've got stuff for this on StreamYard, which as a rule works pretty good. And having Rick and Matt on gives me a little bit of buffer time to look and let them jabber. But anyway, it's not important. Most of those things you can go to the websites and look at those and see what we got. I don't know what Marco has added to the store, but they were telling me that very soon he's going to have more and more of the printed parts up. He's going to have the if he doesn't have them, I know he's got the IndyCar driver up there right now, and eventually he'll also have the links. So when you go to buy like the IndyCar, down at the bottom, the suggested things, there'll be the suggestion of the road course wings, which I don't think he's got those up there yet, but he will soon. So the road course wing package will be up there if you want to do those onto there. The drivers are on there, so you can link them right up. Any plans on a non-multimedia hobby version of the Lotus for us poor folks? No. Sorry about that, but that's not in the plans right now. I think part of the deal is keeping in mind, guys, when we do a start to finish model, like the IndyCar or IndyCar is a good example. You can buy a house in a lot of this country, a nice house for the cost of the molds for making these. For just a body, like for the new Chevy, just the body, where you can buy a new car. Now it's, it's a lower end Hyundai or something like that. It's not a new Chevy pickup truck. Uh, that's more like the cost of a house, but it's still a lot of money. Now for the Lotus, for this guy, why is this small? I don't want that big. There we go. That works. For doing the Lotus for this, because the way the production is on this, cost of a Civic. Yeah, there's a lot of money in it, guys. For these rubber molds are reasonably inexpensive. Most of the parts on this are reasonably inexpensive. The 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 molds for the engine parts and all the other metal parts on here, I want to say they're probably 500-700 bucks a piece, somewhere in there. I don't know. And one set of molds, and I think there's probably two or three molds. One set of molds of that is going to last the run, but the parts are expensive. That's a trade off between doing resins, prints, uh, cast metal, or injection molded. Injection molded parts are dirt cheap. As a mold maker, they aren't cheap to make or repair. Absolutely. So so uh, the parts are expensive when you go with a cheap mold, because the rubber molds you might have to make numerous copies, but you can only do so many of them. With metal molds, the metal molds are very expensive, but the parts are dirt cheap. Um, I know it doesn't seem that way when you're buying the kits. Most A good part, I think more of what you're buying in the kits is paying for licensing than it is for paying for plastic. That's just kind of the way it goes. But anyway, so that being said, and I lost kind of track. But anyway, that's where what it goes. So doing stuff like this, it's I I don't think we're going to be able to sell 20,000 uh, of this kit. There's probably still some of the plastic kits in existence. And that's kind of what it takes, guys, to make something viable, is to be able to sell 10,000 of them to break even, and the more to actually turn it into you know, worth doing. We'd love to be able to do all sorts of stuff, but we also need to, pay our mortgages and stuff like that. So it's just economics. It's just the way it is. So anyway, since I was flailing this thing around, so it gives you a little idea of what the driver's going to look like in the seat. The arms actually have to plug in this way, because you can see the shoulders are inside there. You couldn't even insert the driver as a single piece from underneath. It has to drop in two pieces. And the way Matt is making these, this end is going to be solid. So if you want to keep his feet on, you're going to have to grind a hole through the end. That's just the way it is. Or Rick said I should just cut his feet off, drill holes into his legs. So if you want to do that, you can do that. If you don't want to, you just have the driver with no feet. He's got legs but no feet. So anyway, that's the assembly for that guy. And those things, there's actually one going to Rick and one going to Matt right now, and they'll be able to look them over and give me some ideas of what they think it needs, if it works, if there's any issues, and then I'll address them before I start going into full blown production on these guys. In fact, I know over there at one of the printers, I didn't check it this morning. I know I've got about 20 sets of the helmets for it. So it's just making sure that the bodies go together. Let's see. The cost of mold is more in going to the grocery store and getting a few things to eat. Yes, it is, Dennis. So, let's see. So anyway, let me scroll up and see what comments you guys have. Yeah, I should have lit a fire in the fireplace this morning. It's a little cool up here. So anyway, any questions, guys? You're missing some knuckleheads. Yes, I am missing a couple knuckleheads. Or actually, it's not their fault. It's kind of my fault because when we recorded the show yesterday, somehow or other, I didn't download it, didn't save it, whatever. Anyway, I lost it all. So, yep. So, what are you guys working on this weekend, this morning? Give me some give me some feedback, something to run with. Let me answer some things. Um let's see. I did talk about the stuff that's on sale. If you are in the market for any of our kits, go to the website right now. Is the licensing process different depending on the driver or team? Good question. Um yeah. Though I believe, see, I'm not the guy that deals with that. That's the guy that's in a car on the freeway right now. Um the As far as I know, IndyCar, everything goes through Indy on the licensing. I don't think we're dealing with the teams on that. I think we're dealing with straight IndyCar on that, and which to me, being a one-stop shop, that works great. Now, with I believe with NASCAR, we do have the deal with NASCAR, and then we have the deal with the individual teams. That's why we don't have 2311. We would love to be doing 2311, but they don't have. Uh, they've had other things on their mind this year. I think everybody knows that. So I'm hoping that this year things will do a little bit better. They're not going to be so stretched out with their resources. They're going to be able to have their licensing division up and running and be able to, because uh, there's a lot of stuff out there. 2311. Uh, there's a lot of you guys. There's a lot of guys that like Bubba. There's a lot of guys that don't, but there's a lot of guys that do. And there's a lot of people who love McDonald's. We would love to be putting out some of those cars. We'd love to be doing some of the monster cars, but Monster refuses to license anybody with anything. So, that's kind of, it is what it is. And uh, to me, a lot of times, yeah, it's, in a sense, it's nuisance money for them. Um, but the people who lose out are the model builders, the collectors, the guys that want to go to, they want a T-shirt of their favorite driver that has the Monster logo. Let's see. How many Indy cars do you plan on putting out in 2026? That's a good question. I don't know. We haven't had that discussion, but I can tell you we've got two coming out in January. We'll have the two coming out in January. I don't know how many of the leftover Indy 500 champs with the Dallara are still out there. I know we'd like to do the one with the Husky chocolate, but can't get the licensing with Husky chocolate. We are going to be having Takuma Sato's, was it 2020 winner? We are going to be doing that. So we've got, of course, the 2026 winner. We'll have the Takuma Sato winner. We've got the two coming out in January. I don't know. I think we would love to do Santino Ferrucci's car. I think that's really cool. So we'll have to see how those go. Let's see. Bart, what does Bart say? I sure hope let's see. Matt tells me come on, I don't want that. I can't. What happened? Matt, if you're on, I lost the recording. Yeah, everything's everything's okay, Bart. It's just I lost the recording. let's see, any plans on doing or ability to do 90s and the early 2000s? We would like to, Jacob. We would like to do the 90s, early 2000s. We aren't talking about the car of tomorrow. Yeah, don't know how that's going. Uh yeah, sorry, gotta love me. We know that the shipping to Canada, it's just, and the tariffs that Canada hit us with. Not much we can do about it unless you know somebody on this side of the border that can get stuff for you. Let's see. Anyway, you can post a picture of their progress on your show. Um, or I'm sorry, I didn't see what the thread was. Is that going to be on the molds? I don't know. I don't know if we can. I would love to, when they're getting done with the molds and starting to pop out some test shots. I'm gonna I'm gonna take a drive down to Florida. Gonna go to see the molds and see the stuff getting done. And I've got some relatives there. I would love to go visit. Um, let's see. Yes, Richie. You know what? I've got sitting over here a '69 Camaro model. I'm going to try to do something to go in with that content creator contest. To do a kit, since body is molded in color, do you recommend polishing or clear coat before applying decals? May build my first Salvino's kit for the 72-hour build. Good for you. Um, you know what? If I were, I'd do that. Um, looking at them, most of the mold seam lines are actually pretty good. I do know on the next gen cars there is a seam line on the quarter panel up by the front wheel that, if it were gonna be a decal that goes completely over that, I would definitely sand it and polish it out. Um, if it, but yeah, Chester, I'd go that route. Buff it off and sand it off and buffer it. Let's see. We spared endless. Yeah, Jim. Rick was going to talk a little bit about it. He was telling me that he was watching the Formula One practice from, I guess it was Friday night, and there were just a couple hundred people out there working. He said, that's typically the way it goes here. They do a race, like a street race, and it lasts for about 3 years, and people get bored. Um, let's see. Somewhere along the line, I think I think it's going to be a club exclusive. I don't know when it is. It's a Colwicki kit. I know that's in the future, but we tracked somebody down, and then some of the somehow or other lost track of them. That'll be a cool addition. Let's see. Javelin, no joke. Probably not. The issue with stuff like the Javelin, and we've had a few people bring up the idea of magnums. Come on, do a magnum, do a magnum. Well, that goes into that issue of 20-30,000 for a body, because it's not just a body. It's Then we got to do glass for a new thing, and then we got to do bumper parts and another hood mold, and there's so much stuff. So it goes, it gets expensive really quick doing a body. And if we can't sell enough to make it worthwhile, it's just not worthwhile. Same thing with a Chevy Nova, Wiley. It just wouldn't be. We just couldn't sell enough of them. We get great ideas for the Nova, the Magnum, the Malibu, some of the stuff from the was it the Bush series, that, yeah, they might be good sellers. They might be good sellers over a few years, but you know yeah, a Superbird. We keep talking about a Superbird. It's Guys, it's planned. We want to do it, but it all comes down to that Superbird's probably going to cost us $40,000-$50,000 for that, just the body, because it's the body, it's the glass, it's other stuff. We're going to try to swing other cars in that same thing. So it's you're hitting me with lots of great ideas, but it's selling them. It's making a little Ford Falcon. Yeah, probably not that one. Uh, some of the stuff, other companies have made them. They're out there. They're existing. You know, that's the best thing is, and some of the companies. God bless the folks at Round Two and Atlantis, and that are bringing back old stuff. That they're doing what we did with the 80s cars. They're bringing them back into production. You've heard me rant before. I really hate that term of repop because it's it's pretty insulting. It really is because you got your kit back in the 80s or the 70s, and well, we're just pulling those out and throwing them back into production. We're just popping out stuff and it really doesn't matter. We don't care. No, there's a lot of builders that never got the chance to build those. How many of you guys in here are like me? I built stuff. I built models back in my teens, and then I found dirt bikes, and so I didn't build another model until Rick and I started doing this. And even still, I don't build many models. Most of the ones that I built, you're seeing right up above here. I spend all the time screaming at the computer, so why why do why do I want to build more? But there's so many out there that bring them back into production. Our 80s monogram kits. I don't consider those repops. Those are returning to production. We we consider ourselves stewards of the history of those molds. They're to me they're very special. And I have yet to get out to Chad's to actually see one of those molds in process up on the machine. But those molds are like 3 feet by 4 feet, and everything's about 18 inches thick. Those things are massive. When they were in production, one shot did the whole car, um, all the parts. And I am trying to I'm trying to remember if we're uh I'm see, I don't always yeah, I do, because I'm opening them up for the box art, but I'm looking to see what I've got here that I can open up. I think that most of our stuff we're doing bodies and body color and chassis in chassis color. Let's see. Rick is not on the show. Maybe you can let special stuff out later. You know what? Rick watches the show later. Rick might be watching the show right now and laughing at me because I'm trying to juggle. Let's see. Before you alter the mold and updated Chevrolet, will you be ramping out blank bodies? I'm sure the modelers like to get them alternatives. Guys, if you want alternative bodies of alternative colors or white bodies, there is a great place to go to that, and that is our sale page. Um, we did, Sarah Jane, we did pop out enough of the bodies for the Kyle Larson, and I think there may be some extras that we did just to make sure of replacement parts. But the 24, 25, etc. Chevrolet body is gone. The Toyota body is gone. Everything is moving on to the new ones. The biggest reason for that is most of the teams, when their licensing is done on a team for a year, they can't go back because they may lose their license. Of Let's say somebody was running Mountain Dew this year, and next year they don't. They're running Monster Energy or Rockstar Energy next year. Well, their license with Mountain Dew is done. We wouldn't be able to go back and redo the last years. Um, that would be somebody who does the aftermarket stuff that we don't talk about. We don't talk about a lot of the aftermarket stuff because it ain't licensed. So we don't push those. And that's why we can't go back. Now, the issue with let me see, where is that one? I know I'll find this one easy enough. Hide that. The Jeff Bodine car. Okay, this is a good instance because this car they ran with some other licensing or a different sponsor on that car. So but the All Star Racing was a legit, and I think there was something different on the hood too. So this one we actually had to alter that image, and I think we're altering the decals because of the insurance company that was on there. They can't go. I don't know if it's out of business or there's no license with them or whatever. So we couldn't do that, but we can do this. That's the it's the it's the same thing with any tobacco license. We can't touch those. Uh, that's we have to deal with Congress on that. Um, not that not that model car kits for basically old guys are going to inspire any young people to start consuming tobacco products. But anyway, that's the way it is. So we can't go back and do those. Um, some of the ones like uh, Kyle Busch has one that's, is it for vaping or is it for chew or something like that? I don't know. We can't do those. Um, Same kind of thing. Let's see. I'd love to have exactly Harry Gant Bandit, the Rusty Kodiak. They would be great kits to do. We'd love to do those, but we can't. So, it is what it is. We be doing another 2+2. I do believe that has been discussed. So I think we're going to see one. I don't know which one. I don't know who, but I think it's on the list. Bought some of the older kits because I don't own that. I build when I was a young man. There you go. Hey, and I'm gonna give a hat tip. I could grab a hat and put it on my head and take it off. To people like Wiley Hatton. Uh, you see when we do the reminders for the show, when I post those pictures that builders do, if you want your kit to be up there as the reminder or to be the banners on either the club page or the banner on our regular page, uh email me a nice image that that 3/4 view, kind of front, kind of side, kind of a little bit down on top with a decent background. Send me a good image. Don't send me a little tiny picture. Send me a good size picture with extra background I can crop at a decent resolution. Uh, and if you got a good build, if it's so, I might clean up a couple little things. But if you got a good build, you want to show off, you want on there, I am happy to show. Email jim@salvino.us, or you can send it to sjrm videos at gmail, which is this one that's in the link down below if you forget my email address. But yeah, send me. I love, and a lot of times I'm scrambling for stuff. I got a lot of pictures from a lot of guys from the past year, but I try to keep up on the newer stuff. So I love to show off what you guys are doing. Let's see. Um, what else? How about some store details? When can we shop there? Go right now. William, you can go to the store right now and see what's there. William being in the club, you can get all of your stuff in the club, and there is, we probably haven't pushed too much about the Builders Club because I think most of you guys on here are probably right now are part of the Builders Club. But the cool things about the Builders Club is It doesn't cost anything to join it. You can go to the website right now, go to the Builders Club tab, follow the breadcrumbs, log in, put your address, your credit card in there, and first off, you get a good discount. You get what? 10 bucks, 12 bucks, something like that on a next gen kit. It's even more on the IndyCar kits. You get a you when you it gets shipped to you, the kit of the month. Everybody gets the same kit of the month. And we got 450 guys. I don't know how many, but everybody gets the same kit of the month. If you want an add-on, you get the same discount and free shipping on that add-on kit. If you decided you wanted to buy a pallet of kits, you could get them all at discount prices and pay for the shipping for one kit. Now, that's a pretty stinking good deal. I don't think anybody's going to buy a pallet of kits for that, but still, you can buy all you want. Hey, it's Christmas time. Buy kits for everybody in your club, right? You can get your buddies to buy stuff. 2 or 3 times a year, we have club only, club exclusives. In fact, I can show you one of the club exclusives right now. And I don't know how the sales is on it to the club. Um, Ray Elder, and typically on them, and I don't have it on this, it says Builders Club exclusive. You got to be in the club to buy this, or you gotta get one of your buddies who's in the Builders Club to order one for you. But it's a club exclusive. I want to say there's going to be about 500 of them made. When they're gone, they're gone. And some of our other all of our other club exclusives, they're gone. This one may already be gone. I'm not sure yet. I'll have to, wait till somebody corrects me. Let's see. So anyway, Builders Club, and typically your credit card gets dinged. I think about the 5th of the month. They ding you for the kit, and somewhere usually when everything's working right, usually the next week everything ships. Club guys know that's the usual plan, but sometimes we had a bunch of difficulties this past year, this past summer. We had Rick had a family member die. They moved the office. There's been medical issues with everybody out there in California. So a lot of stuff has just gone sideways. And then right now, I think they're waiting on some decals to come in. In fact, one of the kits, the decals are in customs is sitting on them for whatever reason. Hopefully they've got them in a nice dry place so that they don't get water damage. So anyway, that's going on. But the other great thing about the club is you immediately, because we have a Tuesday evening live video like this, but it's usually my ugly face and Rick on the phone. Sometimes Marco is on, sometimes Chris is on, and we just go over stuff. We show the club guys stuff that it may not be out for a little while, and just they get a little more of the back scene information than normal. You also get, with your kit of the month, you get an extra set of 2 sets of decals, guys. An extra set of decals for the kit, an extra set of decals for something else. You get a club sticker. So you see on my computer behind me the Mia sticker and a bunch of other stuff, and some of your other guys see them. So you get those. It's just a cool thing to hang out and be part of. And there's certain words that are drinking words, so that when Rick says monocoque, people are having a drink or a shot or whatever. Let's see. So it's a cool thing to be a part of. But enough of that. You can go to the website right now. You can go 24/7 and order your stuff. Sarah Jane, I really wish I could answer you straight out on what's the deal with Toyota. It just is what it is. Let's see. How about some store details? When can we shop there? 24/7, man. Let's see. Mike Herman may still have some. You'll have to check with him on if he's got some of the bag shots. Isn't the 3 Chi a smoking product? It may have been a cannabis thing. I don't know. I don't know how we got through with that. Hey, I just make things look pretty. I don't deal with the licensing. JD McDuffie, I don't know, Ron. Maybe. Let's see. Where is the NASCAR Camry? I talked about that a little while ago. Those molds are, I don't know if they're on the truck yet or another week they're going to be headed to Florida. To the Camry is going to become the new Camry, which I don't know about you guys, but I really like the looks of that car. It might be my favorite. The 24, 25 Chevy is going to become the 26 Chevy. Let's see. Let me get rid of that and see if I can find. I want that's why, because I said video file. Where is, let's see. I got some pictures that of at least no, there it was. So we showed these a couple weeks ago. I don't think this is terribly new because they have showed the pictures. The new Chevy. It is, even though it looks like a Camaro. It is, they're calling it a Chevy. They're not calling it a Camaro. But you know what? Every place on this that they could change, they changed. The only thing that they don't get to monkey with is the greenhouse. The everything, the in the window area, the A, B pillars, the roof, the trunk lid, the where the spoiler attaches in the back, they don't get to change anything. But all the side panels, the nose, the rear, it will have tail lights that actually stick out this year. The rear bumper is changed a little bit, and I think it's going to work better for being pushed. You can see the front bumper looks a little rounder. It doesn't have so many steps and notches in it. It's just a little bit cleaner, and so it's, it'll be a good looking car. The Chevy's a good looking car. They all are. Come on, they're all good looking cars. It's just personal taste. I kind of like the Toyota a little bit. I just think it's a good looking car. So there we go. So those are in process. The files are with the guy down, Adam, down in Florida, and he's getting started on at least getting the digital parts taken care of. So all they need to do is get the big chunks of metal in there and start welding up things they can weld up, and carving on things they can carve on. Let's see. Yes, Jimmy Sierra. Good for you for making the banner twice. Yeah, guys, send me your pictures. I want to see what, you know what, even if you look at it and you think, well, I don't feel like it's good enough to show off to everybody, but you want to show me what you're doing. I want to see what you're doing. I've seen some pictures of stuff that people, they're not the best builders, but you know what? They love what they're doing and they're proud of what they're doing, and that's most important. So send me your pictures. And you know what? If they're good, I'll post them. Like I said, if I can clean up a couple things, I'll clean up a couple little boogers. Let's see. I started smoking cigs as a kid, playing with my dad's Marlboro diecast. Modeling is a gateway drug. Yep. Notice he didn't say anything about sniffing the glue. Let's see. Kodiak and Jamie. McDuffie. Let's see, where is the NASCAR Camry? And I answered that. I did a McDuffie a couple of years ago, free shipping to the States only though. Yeah. Would it would be nice if we could do something different, but you know what? When it costs when it costs what it does to ship offshore, ship to Canada, um, not much we can do there, guys. It gets expensive quick. But Sarah Jane, we greatly appreciate you and our friends in Canada, our friends in Europe and Japan that are either in the club or even just buy from us. We know that it's a lot more. We've got I think we got a couple, one or two people in. I know we got one in Japan. I know we got one in Australia. We got you. I think we've got at least one or two others on the continent, and we know that it's a greater expense, even being in the club or anyway buying the stuff. And we thank you very much. I don't know. Maybe I need to come up with another sticker that's something for the intrepid internationals that are part of the show. Man, I wish I had a coat, jacket, or long sleeves up here. I could tell she who must be obeyed to, or I could ask she who must be obeyed if she'd bring me up a jacket. Let's see. You know what I haven't done? Come on, I got to do this at least once or twice. Since my fuzzy little friend won't come up here and say hi, and most of the time when she comes up here, she just wants snacks. She doesn't come up here to jump up in my lap. So anyway, I need to do that. So remember, guys, click that like button, because it doesn't do anything for my self-esteem, but it may help get this into other people's rotation. Does your sculptor background help you with your designs now? Yes. It does help me when I'm doing this stuff, because I do the stuff digitally. I work in Blender, which if you guys want to get into a program to screw around, that's free. Blender, you can get in, you can sculpt stuff, you can actually do some basic CAD shaping. But it's there's a lot of people that are working on that, and it's free. Um, but even in doing bodies, yes, background as a sculptor does come in, because I work things much differently than normal people. Um, Many of the programs, if you're working on stuff, it'll do straight views. I have let's see. Let me slide over just a little bit more. Turn my chair. Try this way. Okay, right here. Can't quite see it. There's uh, this way. There we go. That's my keyboard. Right next to it is what is called a space mouse, which I'm usually I can't do anything with my left hand, but without my space mouse, I am absolutely crippled, because it's a puck, but it's like a joystick. So I can zoom in, zoom out, rotate whatever I'm working on. So I can take the piece that I'm working on, and I can do it. When I've showed the videos of me turning stuff, it's because I'm using that space mouse. So I can, when I'm doing bodies, yeah, you can do the lofting, like for you guys who have built boats or airplanes, and you've got the rib sections that go through. Um, that's how I have to draw when I'm creating a body out of thin air. I use photos, and I might have that view in the photo, and I might have that view. What I have to then do is I have to do the lofts. I have to do those ribs. But when you go to pull those surfaces over those sections, it may not do what you want it to do. So I have a tendency, and I'll look at that thing, I'll roll it, I'll look at this, I'll make sure that when I'm drawing the lines that connect this ring, this ring, this ring, and this ring, I'll make sure, and I'll grab those lines. They call it a spline. It's a three-dimensional line with control points. That's why I use the program I use. I detest the program. It detests me, but it's the only one that I found that does this, that I can do that. But I can take those lines and I can move them around to where I need them so that that curved line will curve down the body just the way it needs to. I think the last ones I really did that on were like the Charger and the Charger, the Le Mans, the Roadrunner, where I had to those, you have those beautiful lines and body shapes from the 70s that they just don't do anymore. You look at the cars in production now, and most of them, you can look at them, you can tell they're CAD. You can look at, there's so much stuff you see online, guys, that you think, oh, this is the new 2026 Chevy El Camino. It's not. It's if it's not AI, it's designed by some knucklehead like me that's creating it in their computer and then going through one of the programs that'll do the rendering. But where with the old cars, I would have to go back and take those lines from the front grille and run it down that quarter panel, and then that line would take the quarter panel, and then it would run all the way down the side and then along over the hip of the rear wheel. And it's one thing to do it when you're looking at it from the side, but then when you've got to turn it this way, you've got to be able to change that. There's some of the other programs you can kind of do it, but not quite in the same way. You have to work from this view, and then you have to draw what it looks like this view, and then you've got to pull a surface, and where the surfaces cross, that's that new line. It's really pretty cumbersome. So that's why I do that. Let's see. Yes. So in the long and the short is, Tamoya, yes, my background as a sculptor works into this, and I work differently than other guys. Oh, I just heard a thump on the wall. She who must be obeyed is out in the backyard throwing the tennis ball for the fur creature. I'll be down there after a little bit, but she does that to let me know she's out there so I can go join him. So let's see. What else? I have my last one's right here, and it has 3 sets of decals and the sticker. Very good, Doug. Did Salvino's end with any of the 2001 Monte Carlos? 2001? No, I don't think we have any. I don't think we've got those molds. Do you know how many times you can redo a mold? Well, the general idea is you don't want to redo it too much. Just simply expense. At some point, it's just make a new one. Do you have an overlay with the old body to show the differences? I do on that computer. Sorry, it's back there, and actually, I don't know if Chevy would want me showing that. I don't really want to go too far into that. It's just to be cautious. How much of the inner body structure will remain untouched with retooling? A good part of it has to be changed, and it's the reason being is you want to maintain a 50 thousandths wall clearance on everything. You want to maintain that wall surface as equal over the entire car as you can, because if you notice where on a lot of the cars on the doors or just in front of the doors on the quarter panel, a lot of times you'll see a little splash or a little sink mark. That's because that's where they get injected. And what happens is, as the plastic of the car cools and the plastic of the injection area cools, they cool at different temperatures. And what'll happen is one side will suck the plastic in from another. That when you get stuff of inconsistent thicknesses, look at your parts. A lot of times I try to keep everything as consistent as I can on a part. You might have different parts on a tree that are different thicknesses, but look at your trees, and even you can see it on the runners where you'll see a sink mark. That's because as the plastic cools, it's sucking material from someplace, and that's where you get a sink mark. So, uh, whatever the new surface is on the outside, Ken, gonna have to do that on the inside. Otherwise, we can have some funkiness that you don't want. Yes, William Chun, I am proud to show your models, and I'm proud to we are proud to say, hey, over the period of time William's been in the club, we're seeing how the progress of his techniques as a builder, a painter, modeler, and we love to be able to say he's been in the club since the beginning, and he's a better modeler because he's learning stuff from other guys. It's not that he was bad before. It's he's honed his skills, and there's a lot of guys that are that way. What about the mono 83, 83, 86 Thunderbirds? Soon, Ken. Part of the deal with the molds that are off to Florida right now is we're getting that windshield done. So that will be soon. I don't know when, but that's on our list. Do you have those molds? Yes, we do. We just don't have the glass for it, and that's what's the holdup on that. So that glass will be done. So somewhere, I would bet first quarter, Rick's going to want to try to get some money out of that mold. So yeah, let's see. But they need to retool other parts. Yeah, the that we just didn't get the mold on that. It could be somewhere in the warehouse of molds that that Atlantis has. That they got most of what we wanted, but there were a couple of them that they didn't have. Like they didn't have the windshield mold for the when we first started doing the the Monte Carlos. So I had to design the windshield for that, and it was that designing the windshield to fit something, an existing part like that, was a booger, especially since I didn't have the car in CAD. So I did pretty close. It wasn't perfect, but it did the job for a little while, and then we were able to get a correct windshield. Rick had it scanned, and they turned it into something. Any chance of a Ricky Red Thunderbird? I don't know. Chances. Well, thank you, Sarah. I appreciate that. Let's see. Let's see. 2000 molds were done ones were in China. Yeah, we had it figured out where they were, and I don't know why it fell apart, why we couldn't get them, but we couldn't. We would like to do some of the cross your fingers, maybe 27. We might be able to do, because it is something Rick wants to do, the Gen 6 Camaros. So that should be coming. Should the gig still work with the new car? Oh yeah, the jig isn't going to change at all. All the chassis are the same. Remember, the chassis do not change with any of the next gen cars. So the jig will work. It's completely separate from the body. And the body is going to sit right in the pins in the front are going to sit where the pins should, and the little ledge in the back is going to sit where the ledge needs to. Everything will line up exactly as it should. And the glass on the old cars is still the glass on the new cars. Yep. Let's see. What else? What else? What else? Um, well, I appreciate being appreciated. So yeah, we're gonna have lots of good stuff for you. So I am really itching to show off that thing back there. You can zoom in all you want. You can't see because it's too small. I am just itching to show you that funny car, but um, it's going to be next summer. And Rick Rick always says he doesn't want people calling and pestering him, and he wants to get it in there. It's gonna be a great addition to for you guys. It's gonna be a great addition for people who don't even know we exist. People who are going to be able to walk into their Napa store and go, oh, there's a Ron Capps funny car. I haven't built a model since I was a kid, and they're my age. And like many of you guys who've just stumbled on us in the last few years. So I am looking forward to that, expanding the footprint to a different group of guys that didn't even know we existed. So, as a solo host, I assume the job had no F1 and no MotoGP, just a little bit, not much. Yeah, that would be a great one. The one up on the shelf above, that being a one-off, I don't think Rick would ever have any desires of doing motorcycles. There's companies, the companies that are doing the bikes, the Hasagawas, the Tamiyas that just do amazing stuff. There's no sense for us to go there and stomp on their toes. Um, you know, we know our lane. And we don't need to get into this. And you know what? The stuff that we're doing, I think it's a weight off their shoulders because they don't have builders saying, "Hey, when are you going to do this? When are you going to do this? Why haven't you done?" Well, we're doing. So let's see. Richie's. I have been in the club since the beginning and I love it. Thank you very much, sir. And hey, I was able to pull this off and I didn't need my counterparts this morning. I got to talk and flail around and show you stuff, and maybe Rick needs to be in here to be a leash on me. And Rick, guys saying you had big announcement that was under wraps. We do have a big announcement. We do have the box art on one of the cars for next year, but we can't show you what one of the cars is for next year. It is what it is, guys. When they show it, then we'll show it. It is how it goes, and we're fortunate and blessed to have the licensors and that we have, and if those are their restrictions, and those are restrictions, and you guys will see it. It's like, you guys want to open up your Christmas box right away. So, this guy, they're talking probably shipping some. Cross your fingers. Probably shipping somewhere Christmas, New Year's in there. So that's going to be really cool for you guys too. Rick and I are going to be getting together, and when I can nail him to the wall, and we're gonna get together, and we will be doing the instructions for that, so we can have those for you. That's kind of, I hate to say it, it's kind of low priority on my list because I don't want to do it. It's not fun. I'd rather be doing something else. So let's see. That should be it. I've talked enough. Let me get out of here. I want to hopefully this isn't just going to hang up on me. I want to end the stream. Yes, set the outro video. And so once again, going to get you guys out of here with the thundering hoofbeats of Miss Mia, who's down there. She's probably done chasing the tennis ball by now because we're 10 minutes over. So, hey, thank you for spending your Saturday mornings, Saturday nights, whatever time around the planet you guys are. I greatly appreciate it. We greatly appreciate you buying and building our kits. And once again, I love seeing what you're doing. And those of you offshore, you intrepid international plasticados, send me pictures of your stuff. I want to be able to share more of the stuff that people outside of the club and outside of the country do. Once again, send me a good size image at a higher resolution. That way I've got plenty to play with. And hey, thanks. And if you want to send pictures of you at your desk with something, send them, because we like to show those too. So anyway, I'm out of here, guys. Time to go play with the dog and have another cup of coffee on for me. Play the outro. Okay, here we go. Bye.